Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Perspective with Viv podcast. My name is Viv, and this is the show. So today's title is Viv's Christmas Special. Hello! It's Viv's Christmas Special Part 1. Part 1 is going to be a good freestyle episode. Part 2 is where we have the award ceremony. So get comfortable, please. Hi. How has it been with you? How's life been? So for me, life has been flowing, it's been going, and it's been very enjoyable. Today, I would like to take some time to reflect on how the year has been. The year has been wonderful from January to December. 2025, I had no expectations on what it would be, but it was a time of transition. It was a time of learning. It was a time of new environments, new people, expansion of network, deepening of bonds with community, a time of more family time, a time of more lessons when it came to love and dating and opening up and loving. Oh God, oh gosh, it was a beautiful time because it was also a time of deep love in different aspects: self love, romantic love, platonic love. My thing is that I try to be very contained, so that's how much she went. I didn't speak of familiar love because I don't identify it, I just feel it. So I don't say, oh, this is family love. I don't like to put too much, I don't like to put light on it, let's be honest. So those are the things that are prominent this year. There was friendship love, now that I think about it, because I did have good community moments. Wow, it would be so somehow to have removed that from my mind. I just didn't remember because I'm speaking from my mind. I had a good Salah party around May, June, and I brought my community at the time with me. And even though now there's a pause between everyone based on community disbanding, at that moment in that time, people showed up for me and I wouldn't forget that. And that's when I learned that I was a very good hostess. Yes. I didn't even know that I was that good. So for me, it's kind of like I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that feeling that I had around that time. So yes, 2025 was a time of feeling different kind of love. I love it. 2025 was actually a year of love for me. I'm going to think about it and say that it was a year of love for me, despite obstacles, despite fights. Because when I think of love, I don't think of love as perfect. I think of love as deepening through conflict, getting to know or getting to understand a dynamic more through conflict. I feel like love can show up in conflicts very much, and denying yourself that in a dynamic is denying the deepening of love. You get what I'm saying? So I learned about love in different ways. So 2025 for me, reflecting, I had a great time. It was a time when I had my first event, and it was the event on being yourself. People showed up for me as well. It was a time in which I saw people showing up for me. Oh, God. I love this. I love that we're reflecting. I had my first show. The show was really nice. Thank you to everyone that showed up. It really made me feel good. I never did another one after that because I thought to myself, I still need to find the correct platform. I still need to find a way in which it's steady when I do events that I know that I can keep doing it. People have a following, people have a community. I don't think I've actually built one enough for people to say, okay, they're going to reside with me, they're going to stay with me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what 2026 should be about. 2025 showed me a preview of people showing up for me when I wanted things. 2026 should be building a strong foundation for that to be the case from the get go, for you to be able to release a product and your community is going to be able to buy from you and keep you steady in terms of finances. Do you get what I'm saying? People willing to invest in you because they know the worth of what it is that you're bringing out or giving to them. Does that make sense? So I'm thinking to myself and I'm saying to myself, 2025 was a preview of what was to come. I'm happy that it was a good year. I'm happy that I learned things and I took big leaps of faith. I shifted from remote to 9 to 5. I had a good episode in which I spoke on life. It was a self analysis with Fi episode. I love those segments. And Fi spoke about workplace and dreams and ambitions. And those dreams and ambitions are going to come true. Yes. That episode was really eye opening, and I will give that a pre award. Most eye opening episode goes to storytelling, S for storytelling. But because that was in the last year, that's the award I was given to this episode. So last year, 2024, when we did Viv's Christmas special, I did the S for storytelling segment with Fi, and the It was an episode that was super eye opening because I allowed myself to be open, to actually be vulnerable as Phi, not as Viv. Not putting up a shoe, not putting up a collar. And the thing is, I love this whole podcast concept because it shows that there's no need to be fragmented as a person. If you try to fragment yourself, sooner or later, all your pieces are going to want to come together to be whole. And this is where we're at. There's been I've been trying to segment zero. Everything has come together as one, and I'm not fighting it anymore. So the S for storytelling was really nice to see my dreams and say it with my own mouth and say, this is what I want from 9 to 5. This is what I want when I'm shifting to this new chapter. And I'm very good with transitions in life, a little bit too good when it comes to transitions with life. And it makes me feel happy to know that I've been deep in that 9 to 5 in my other life and keeping my head above water. In fact, doing way more than I expected myself to do. I'll leave that for another self analysis episode where we come back to the topic. But yes, reflecting on 2025, it was a win in different aspects. There are too many wins, okay? I left the love of my life in 2025, yes. And that relationship taught me love, like deeply. It taught me love, connection. It taught me what a good man looks like, at least to a certain aspect. It also taught me that men, despite good, will still resort to being men in their little ways. Okay, I'll leave that as a vague thing. But it doesn't totally paint that person as bad. When you have a good one, you have a good one. And I knew that that was a good one. Okay. But I also learned, and I was happy to learn that love is not enough. Adekunle Gold, I give you a shout out because that song, Love is Not Enough. And I learned that, and I said, despite loving, I'm going to step away because I love myself more. I learned and I kept learning to pick myself. I gave chances. I was able to resolve things, but I didn't feel like I ever gave too many chances. I think it was the right time. I'm very in tune with myself. So it was nice to know that I was in tune enough to be like, it's time. Like there have been many crossroads and you've chosen this relationship, but now it's time to choose yourself. And I was happy to do so. I really was like, when you love somebody, you don't have to be upset that all that love didn't actualize to something that you may have thought it would be. For me, I was loving. If there was a future between both of us, fine. You get me? But I love that in that aspect. I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just allowing myself to love. So because I loved and I loved well in that dynamic, leaving, I'm not like, oh, this is it, I'm out to this. Nope. It's like, I'm happy that I was able to pour love into this dynamic. Goodbye. That is what I learned from that relationship. Amongst other things, like what a good man is like. Oh, yes. Very refreshing man from all the other men I've been with. And yes, other than that, my detachment came in handy. I must have spoken about in 2024 how I've learned detachment. And honestly, it's been a blessing because what I'm actually learning from this is that there's levels to detachment. 2024 to 2025, I practiced detachment on a very good level. Now I feel as though 2026 is calling for a higher level of detachment, okay? A higher level of having strong will, or yes, more embodiment of who you truly are. Plus, working with your chakras. I haven't had Reiki in a very long time. Oh my goodness. And I don't feel like my chakras are very, very balanced at the moment. But I don't feel like I need to go outside to heal myself. I think I know how to heal myself by myself. So yeah. What else? So more reflection. So now let's talk about now, present time. What was Christmas Day like for me? I'll tell you something. It was a timeline shift. I didn't even leave room for suspense. It was a timeline shift. That's what Christmas Day was. And let me tell you why. Every year, for as long as I can remember, Christmas Day has been extremely boring to me. Extremely boring. I'm not sure I ever truly enjoyed going to people's houses to eat. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know why. For me, and yeah, I don't know why. I just didn't. It wasn't a thing for me. I didn't feel the need to do any of that. I didn't enjoy it. Sorry, everybody that I've come to come up. Sorry, I just didn't enjoy it. Okay. So for me, and let me tell you something. One thing about me, if I'm to do something in regards to duty, I would do it. Last year, I did everything right. I went for the right parties. I went to greet the right people. I did everything the way my family would. This year, I said I'm rewriting the scripts because I want something different. I said no more of this formality. Do what you want to do. And what did I say? I said, I'm staying at home. And I love that I said that. I stayed at home. I watched Rick and Morty. I minded my business. I had jollof rice and fried rice in the house because people had given my parents food before they left, before they went out. So somebody had sent food from her own Christmas party, which was nice. Fried rice was bomb. Mommy made smoked jollof rice. I had it with chicken. I was happy. AC was on. Everything was flowing. You get what I'm saying? Then I got a message from my cousin that she come for an all black party, and I was ready. Why? I've never gone for a party on Christmas Day. So I went for this all black party at Polo Club. Never been to Polo Club. What this outfit that I hadn't worn, I was supposed to wear for an after party for a wedding. So I wore it. I didn't even know that it was even sexier than it seemed to me at the time that I bought it. I'm not going to lie. Oh, and then the gym was really sure. The body was bodying. Do you get what I'm saying? Anyway, long and short of it is that because I was doing this different thing, as well as staying over at my cousin's house, who I hadn't stayed over at before, I was doing different things that I hadn't done before. You get me? I was driving to pick her up from her house, okay, in Ikoyi, and it's like I didn't drive to that part of Ikoyi ever. Like I've never driven to that part of Ikoyi. I've never driven to Awolowo Road around that time ever. I always avoid that road. So I was going to places and doing things that Christmas Day that I usually wouldn't do just to switch up the vibe. Because I was like, life has been good. Christmas Eve was good. I spent it in the office, but it was a half day. And then I went for a friend's get together. But excuse me, Christmas Day, me doing all of these different things that I haven't done before was switching up the vibe for me. Went to Polo Club, we went to the party. The party was good. I enjoyed myself. But what I enjoyed the most was realizing somewhere along the line as we're doing red carpets and we're being interviewed and they were taking pictures of us, it was that I felt this was my natural habitat. I felt like I was here for this. I knew how to handle this. This is what I wanted. This is where I needed to be, and it just clicked something inside of me because I also looked so gorgeous. Like I looked so good, and I looked so good in a way where I was like, is this who I am? That I'm walking around like this and I'm not knowing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there was something there that I loved that just clicked inside of me, and it's like my eye opened or something inside my brain clicked, and I just fell into a different dimension of self. I started to see things differently. I started to approach life differently. I started to act differently, all because I felt it in my bones that something had changed. I see something different now. Something different has happened, and I'm on that wave. Do you get me? We had a good time at the party. We drove home, slept over at my cousins, spent the day there chilling, met her mom who I've never met before. You get me? It was just so new. Oh, God. I didn't even go home that day. What's my point here? I did very different things that day because after my cousin's place, I went to visit a friend and I stayed over there instead. I just said, no, I'm not going home. Can you imagine? I said, I can wing it, I can push it. And I pushed it. And I got away with it. Everything was new. And I'm so happy because afterwards, something just made me feel more alive, know who I am, hold myself, honor myself. I loved it. Oof. I loved it so much. And let me tell you something. It made me know that there's so much more to come for me and I just have to lock in. That's what it made me know. Because when I went home, I stayed at home the next day, I believe. I think I stayed home. Or there was a family event. Either way, on Saturday, yes, no, there was no day in between. Saturday, I was supposed to go for the finale of grand finale party for the celebration exhibition and at Echo Bank for anyone that wanted to know. So this celebration exhibition has been on since October and it's been popping. Popping. So I've gone for different things, film screenings, the exhibition, parties, performances. I was there for the grand finale party and I had so much fun. We watched performances there, and while I was there, my cousin gave me this outfit at her place. You understand? So she gave me this sexy outfit from her brand, Comfort Luxury Clothing, and I started to walk. in that outfit. Oof, it was a crop top that you tie and then a skirt with a high slit or more. There was skin showing, but let me tell you something. I looked so good. I didn't know how much the gym had been working, but there was this confidence in me. Makeup was popping, hair was laid. Oh, I was like, what have I become? Because I never used to do hair. Let's backtrack, please. Pause. Backtrack to Christmas Day. When my cousin said that we should go out, my hair was messy. You get what I'm saying? My hair was messy, right? But as it was messy, I said to myself that I'm going to do this hair. I used my tools. By the time I finished with that hair was looking brand new and sleek. That's something new that I've never done before or tried before. But because it was a new day and I knew I was stepping into a new timeline, I did something new and it worked out for me. Hello, please take what I'm saying. You can shift your life by doing different things. And this is where I bring in a film recommendation. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. You need to watch that film. You can change things. And for the first time, I just said I'm doing this and I'm doing it well. Do you get what I'm saying? So that happened, bringing it back to the Saturday. I walked in, I did my hair again just before I left. In fact, I went to my grandfather's house. I changed there, which I never do. Did my hair there, did everything there, makeup there, which I never do. And I went. So I was still on that timeline of doing new things. I went there. I had my fun. You understand? But there was this confidence. There was this thing the way I walked. There was this, oh God, it was everything and more. Do you get what I'm saying? It was so good. Anyway, I know that I felt so on fire. And what's funny is that when I went to the bar, the guys that had tended to me on October 31st, which was literally around the time the exhibition opened, that they tended to me. I will tell you the funny story. Let's backtrack. Flashback, okay? Flashback, boom. So it was a mad equity performance at Echo Bank, right? I'd had such a great time at the office. I left office at 9 o'clock, got there. So I was there for 30 minutes of the performance, right? We had a great time, no problem. We watched him, beautiful performance. Then I went to buy a drink at this alcohol brand stand, okay? So I'm not saying their name because I've been asking them to endorse me since, but they don't want to. So I took their drink, right? And I told the guys at the bar that please don't make it too strong. Go, I'm driving. I wanted to just have banter with somebody because I came by myself. Although I met a friend from school there, which was nice. I continued about my evening. So when I now found out that, when I told them that when I was going to the car, I found myself already getting tipsy. So because I didn't want to go home early, I now turned around and I went back there and I said, I told you guys I shouldn't make this thing so tipsy. I told you guys, but I was trying to play with them. That's how a guy now came in and said, you should just give her extra. And that's when I realized, oh my God, they could give me extra. They not give me extra, right? So they gave me extra. So those were the guys from there, right? Now, flash forward back. We went to when I went back to the scene. Bear in mind that at the time when they saw me, I was tired. I had a scarf on my head. You understand? Makeup was done, but I had a scarf on my head. I just bought this makeup at the time. That's important because at the time when they saw me again in this finale, the makeup I'd mastered using that makeup very well. Anyway, they saw me, hair laid, different outfit, different vibe, but they recognized me. And then I got the drink that they were trying to convince me to get. So we spoke, we chatted, we caught up. Nice, right? Watched the performance, enjoyed it, had a great time. And then I went to Mr. Panther to meet my cousin for dinner. I've never been there. I've always wanted to be there. It was 4 minutes away. I've never driven to that place before. I've never driven to that area at night. You get me? I've never been to that building before. I've never been to that restaurant before. I was still on that timeline of doing things I hadn't done before. You get me? Went to Mr. Panther, was feeling myself because my outfit matched the vibe. I was like, I am this girl. This is who I am. Took some great selfies. You get me? But most importantly, I looked mesmerizing and I felt confident. I knew that, look, I'm actually a badass and I need to embody it even more. That's the truth. I'm a badass. Oh gosh, like there was just something in the way I saw myself. I was like, you have to lock in, girl. You have to lock in. You're giving them. Anyway, after Mr. Panther, which was really nice, I just was in a vibe and I was just enjoying it. And then what then happened was that I now went home, right? But that vibe was locked in with me. Okay. Now, since then, I feel different. Like some anger has come out, some old ways of thinking are coming out, and more importantly, what I feel is that I'm owning who I truly am now. Like, and who I am is fiery. I burn. Anger pushes me to change. Anger is not negative; it's positive. I burn, and I say, let's burn all these things that are not working and keep it pushing. We need to do new things. You get me? This is where I'm at now. I'm at a place where I see my value even more. Ah, God. I'm at a place where I see, I know my value. And I was saying this to someone just recently. I was saying that my tailor, because I have like my cousin's wedding coming up, my tailor, she's all the way in Dolphin, and I live all the way in VGC. So what happened is that I drive all the way to her, you get me, for fittings because I know that she's actually worth it. Do you understand? I pay as much as she charges me because I know that she's worth it. I don't have an issue with it because I've seen her work. The first time when she did an outfit for me, because we're trying different tailors, right? The first time she did an outfit for me, it just fits, it just held me. It was like I saw myself differently with that dress. And that was another time in which I started to feel different. So I've been on this journey of having different points where I feel good, like I feel like a different woman. That wedding in which I wore aquamarine and it was held at Oriental, when we had it, who I was in that dress when I wore that dress at the tailor and who I was when I wore it, I went for the wedding, made me feel like I was that girl. And I knew that I was. You get me? That is who I was. Ah, God. Maybe I forgot along the line, or maybe I didn't, because the next wedding in October that completely changed my trajectory was the wedding in Ogun State. Oh my God, DNT forever. When I went there and I came back, I knew I had changed. There was something, even the way I was dressed. I did my makeup myself, my outfit, like just me shining the way I was shining for myself by myself, just me being happy and oh my goodness, I knew that I was different. I started to think and I started to audit my life. I was like, this is not where I want to be. It was also a beautiful time of community, bringing it back to the theme that I discussed at 2025 brought for me. My old school friends from secondary school, the love, the camaraderie. I loved it. I enjoyed it for that moment. Like I loved that. It was a good reminder of where I was coming from because I've erased that side of or part of my life in my memory. But to see myself again through their eyes and to know that I was holding on to negative aspects of myself rather than positive. You get what I'm saying? And I'll give you a cheat code. The episode Soul Evolution with Granddaughter Crow. I removed that part when I was recording that story. But when I posted the video on YouTube, I put it there. So go to watch it on YouTube. I don't know the timestamp. I'll put it in the show notes when I find it. But that period, that time, that wedding, when I spoke about it, the way it made me feel, that made me know that, oh yeah, I'm changing timelines. I don't know where I'm headed, but I'm changing timelines. So that was another place. And I keep talking about it because things shift me. And when they shift me, I hold on to it, I recognize it. So that moment I disappeared and I went into a different life entirely. That's when the celebration exhibition happened. And I kept going for different things on that celebration. And then we found ourselves at the grand finale. And at the grand finale, I just felt so beautiful. And I felt like I know who I am and I'm returning to music. And that scared me, but I could already see the timeline. I knew this, what the timeline would look like. And I knew that I've always been scared of that timeline because it was so out of where I was in terms of timeline at the time. But things have been happening, things have been shifting me, things have been moving me. And all of a sudden, I'm back in that timeline where I know that I've always wanted to pursue music. I've always wanted to be this person. I don't know where I'm going with it, but I know that this is what I want to be. This is who I want to be. This is what I want to do. This is what I wanted to do from when I was first born. And I allowed other things to come over it and cover it because I felt I wasn't good enough. But more than ever now, I cannot believe I'm saying to my mouth that this is actually where I want to go into and sit down and explore. I want this to be my hyper fixation. But in order for it to be my hyper fixation, I feel as though I have to put other things in foundation first so that I can fully focus on that when it's time. So it's not like I'm waiting for the time to do it. I will start making those steps that will help me to work towards it. Like refining skills, like studying music, and oh my goodness. It's time. It's time to return. So I genuinely believe that I've clicked back onto my actual timeline, my highest timeline. I feel like I've clicked onto it. I feel like I have. And I'm very happy about that. Let me not lie to you. I don't know what this is going to bring, but I know that I deserve it. I've earned it. I've put in the work. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that this is where I'm at and this is who I want to be. This is where I want to go. I don't know what is to come from it, but I'm here for it. So, wow, yeah, this is what happened in Christmas week. And I just feel like I'm that girl. I feel like that is why the theme of 2026 is going to be lock in. All right. The theme of 2026 is lock in. Lock in and go the distance. I'm not going to let anything distract me from my goals. My main goals are to set up myself so that by the time I'm a particular age, I'm comfortable. You get me? Okay. So this has made me so happy because I genuinely was on a timeline in which it was to please other people, but I have to please myself first. So I'm really, really happy with that realization. 2025 was a good year. Even my birthday, I made it a birthday month. I had my event March 15th. I had my birthday March 21st, in which I went for, I took myself out. I had a fun time. I had my third birthday March 28th, when there was the big birthday celebration and I was having the time of my life. Oh my goodness. So I'm very happy. I'm really happy though. I'm really, really happy. Along the line, yeah, ups and downs, but never too much for me to be happy about life. It was crazy that to a point I was like, I'm so content and happy with life that I'm actually scared because I don't know what that is like. I don't know what that's about. Does that make sense? I love that. I do. I do. Hmm. Let's see. What else do I have to say? Have I exhausted my thoughts? I think I'm looking forward to what 2026 has. I've always said that maybe the Christmas episode and New Year episode should be joined. But 2026 for me is, they say it's the year of the horse. I don't use Chinese astrology, but obviously it's about moving forward. I did a reading today on TikTok, Perspective Revive, right? And one of the cards that came out was the Queen of Wands, and I'm not going to lie to you, it was reminiscent of how I feel. Queen of Wands, and I'm going to use that as a reading to close this episode. The cards that I picked today, I just said to myself that I'm going back to tarot readings on TikTok. The cards I picked today were the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands was clarified by the Tower in reverse. The King of Pentacles was clarified by the Star. Very nice. Queen of Wands speaks of being in your power, stepping into your power, owning yourself. You're on a throne. You're not afraid to be bold. You're not afraid to be expressive. You're not afraid to be assertive. You're not afraid to show the flame inside of you. And that's something that's been coming up a lot for me lately, that my solar plexus, like, I need that fire to roar. I let it go out. I don't trust this fire because I don't want to overburn things. Oh gosh. But I said I'll teach myself how to do it and let it like stay in terms of flames. You get me? But really, the Queen of Wands doesn't is not afraid of her fire. She's also heavily psychic and magnetic. And when I see her, I think of building your own empire. What do you want to build for yourself? Who do you want to be? What are you taking with you into this 2026? Let me know. So, Queen of Wands was now clarified by the Tower in reverse. When I see Tower in reverse, I think of an internal shift, like an earthquake internally. Something inside of you has disrupted. You didn't see it coming, but it's completely shifted your perspective, your trajectory, your thoughts, your actions, your approach. It shifted something inside of you that is allowing something to click so that you can embody this Queen of Wands energy. Can I hear an amen? That is what is happening. So that's what these two cards mean when they're standing side by side. So you can imagine locking in on those two cards and then shifting to the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a masculine card. So it's saying that within, if you express your femininity, without, your masculine side would be able to solidify what it is that you're expressing within. As within, so without. Everything starts from an internal shift in order for it to show up externally. And that is something I'm still trying to master. Okay. It's about cultivating something inside so that outside changes. So by you embodying the fire of the Queen of Wands, the boldness, the tenaciousness, the go-getter attitude, you're going to solidify it in a masculine way. Is the the masculine is the solidifier. Okay, so that's why you have pentacles. Pentacles speak of abundance. The King of Pentacles speaks of worldly success. Okay, it speaks of financial abundance. It speaks of security in self, like you're very secure in yourself. You know yourself, you have a strong foundation in yourself. It speaks of generosity. Other people wanted to be generous with you, to share their resources with you, to invest in you. All right. King of Pentacles. It speaks of you being secure financially, being stable, but being a success in the world as a result of embodying the Queen of Wands energy. You see that the card is now clarified by the star. The star speaks of wishes and desires being fulfilled, opportunities coming your way, you taking them, it's propelling you to the next level. It speaks of success. It speaks of abundance. It speaks of your ability to manipulate the ethers to manifest in the physical form. So everything I want to do, everything I want to create is already like a thought form. It's energy. You get me? That's what it is. You have to cultivate it within you first. Everybody's always saying, "Oh, I'll believe it when I see it," but you see it when you believe in it. So that is what the star is teaching us. It's a card of hope. Have hope that your financial life will change, that your physical security will change to something more stable, something more secure. But the star is saying that you're going to master the ability to manifest from altering your inner state to suit the state that you want to experience and therefore seeing it manifest in the physical form. Thank you. The star is made up of a shape of a woman inside water, pouring water on herself as she's submerged in the water, but using her left hand to pour water onto the earth. You get me? As within, so without. As I create what it is that I want in the spirit world, it will show in the physical world. That's why they say, there's a certain quote that comes to my mind when I think about the star. It's more or less with the message of anything that I want to see in the physical world. Just know that you do it in the spirit world first. Just know that you create it in your mind first. You imagine it. You hold that vibration and energy first. You allow yourself not to waver despite seeing obstacles, despite seeing bad things happen. You get me? Just allow yourself to be. Man, thank you so much. That's a tarot reading. Yes, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to book a tarot reading with me, please reach out to me on Instagram, Perspective with Viv, TikTok, Perspective with Viv, or email madamsreadings@gmail.com. We're back in business, okay? I would email you my price list, would have a discussion, and then we begin. All right. Now, just before we go, I'd like to bring back a little small reflection on dating. I say that because I've taught myself more things when it comes to dating. I've taught myself how to let go when you need to let go, to address things when you need to address things, but to ensure that I don't lose myself in ensuring that somebody likes me or that I keep being in dynamic with somebody. I'm glad. I'm glad that that has come and that has shown up, but like I chose a different route. I'm also glad that I've allowed myself to meet different people, to see different people. This is the first time that I've actually done that with intention. You understand? And each person has had very good qualities, which shows that on a subconscious level, the men that I would attract now have better qualities than ever. You get me? They have good parts of them. You get me? Oh gosh, I'm so proud of myself. So that's what I've been seeing. I've been assessing myself in that world. I love that I'm not looking for a husband. Please. I'm really just I would like to say that I'm dating for science. Not that, oh, there's no love or care in that. No, don't get me wrong. What I love about myself is that I'm actually able to be open with each person to different degrees. You get me? Not holding myself or constricting myself or putting my egg in one basket. I love that meeting different guys and then seeing their different good qualities, you understand, seeing their shortcomings, seeing their challenges, but knowing how to interact with each of them based on their different personalities. That's where I'm at now. And I like that because it's teaching me different aspects of myself as well. I'm seeing different aspects of myself as well, and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. I'm growing a lot. I'm shedding, I'm unpeeling, and I like who I'm becoming. So I just want to say that that's it. Who I am now is somebody that I really appreciate. And I just feel like next year we go harder. This year we had up to 60 episodes. I think I've only maybe I have like 10 or 12, a bit more left. But 60 episodes is a lot. You get me? And I'm glad that we brought that different flavor to season 5. Season 6, I'd like to do a bit more of me with other episodes that I'm yet to release. You get me? But I would like it to be a better balance. So we'll get on that. I'd like to be more interactive with the community moving forward. So I would love for you to check out my social media pages, Perspective with Viv on Instagram and on TikTok. Okay. What else? Yes, I think this is where I'd like to say goodbye. It was a lovely episode. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. It's been a pleasure being your hostess. I've loved these interviews that I've had with guests. I've loved how much we've learned. I've loved how much I've grown. I've loved the episodes that I did beforehand. They were very cheeky, like double D's. So, all of that. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you'd like to book a tarot reading with me, you know where to find me. Till next time. Bye.